Okay, guys, welcome to the Diren Kartal show, to episode 9. And today I've got a guest all the way from New York. Khrystyana, how you doing?
Hey, hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Anytime. So Khrystyana is actually a full-time curve model, and she wanted to jump onto the podcast after she saw my post that I did yesterday, actually. And she's a real body positive person. I really and I really wanted to talk to her and actually educate myself about what body positivity is now, because I feel like I'm not as educated as you are on this. So first of all, why don't you just introduce yourself? Just maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm Khrystyana. People might know me, people might know me from The Real Catwalk. It's a body positive, and truly inclusive catwalk that happens actually in London, in New York, a few other places in the world, but it's to celebrate everybody, every single body. Truly without any limits. And also people know me from possibly some magazines and campaigns and America's Next Top Model.
Oh, wicked. You know what? So for you guys that don't know, Khrystyana's definitely a big deal in New York. I did a little, I did a little stalk, and luckily when I did my post, that went pretty crazy, and a lot
Oh,
of,
you went viral.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, and you know why I was really happy? I was happy because your scene from America, the body positive scene from America, was showing me so much love and sharing it and commenting on there. And
Interesting.
yeah, and the body positive people in the UK that even actually know me, some of them
No.
didn't say a thing. And this is why I was a bit hesitant. I was like, if this is the case, are you actually body positive? Are you genuine about what you do? Because I guess if you are genuine about what you do, people wouldn't have an issue with that post. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think when I saw the post, it really spoke to me personally because I know I fall into that category where I'm curved, but I'm in betweeny. So I'm that kind of model or influencer that kind of like struggles in, you know, still being fit, not fit enough to be straight size, not curved enough to be truly plus.
Okay.
So you always like have to shape your body. And when I used to do exactly so me. I used to Photographer used to hate me for that. Please make me look curvier. I need to look
Oh,
relatable. I used to do this exact same thing. So I left so hard because it was so true. So
yeah.
I feel like maybe some people who possibly got offended, they either have no idea, like
Yeah.
who are you really talking about, or
Yes.
maybe the truth hurts.
Yeah. So what can you tell me, educate me and the listeners, what is a curve model?
Oh, curve model. Basically, curve model is a little bit different from curve woman because curve model, I think in the UK is a little bit different sizes, but in United States, you start as a size 8 up to size like 32, which I think it's a size 10 in the UK and higher.
Okay.
So once you're size 10 and up, you could be considered a curve model.
Okay. And I'm not sure about this, but the models that we see on the big magazines and stuff, what sizes are they? Are they lower than 10? Are they?
Usually between double zero, well, there's less double zero now, possibly in Paris, size 2 to 4 at the most. So people sizes 6 usually struggle because they really don't fit, like they don't know where to go.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And how long have you been doing this for?
uh, like 9 years or so, but full
Okay.
time, maybe 5, 4.
Okay. And I'm assuming about 9 years ago, 10 years ago, there isn't, it's not like it is now, because like
Oh,
I
absolutely
said,
not.
and why
Mhm.
I did that post was because I started to see a lot of people now trying to do that, but it
Mhm.
just didn't seem, I'm someone, when I meet someone and I see something, I'm quite, I'm a person that I feel like I'm very good at not judging someone, but I feel like that's not genuine. It just doesn't seem real to me. Right. So that's what disturbed me the most. And I'm assuming when you started, everyone was actually doing it not just for attention, but to actually
There
give
was
a good
no
message.
Instagram back then. Like when I started, we had Facebook, right? About
Yeah.
like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Instagram maybe was a like a prototype or something. So there
Yeah.
was no such thing. Likes was not a big deal. I think Twitter That's where people thrived back
Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah,
So attention was not such a big deal. You just wanted to make money. For me,
yeah,
it was okay. I need to make money. I need to make sure that my body, I need to fit into the clothes and make money. That's it. So I
yeah,
needed attention from the clients, like
yeah.
fashion or beauty clients, rather than likes from or appreciation or approval from others
Okay,
that I've never met specifically.
okay. And when the whole trend of like the curve modeling and everything became a little bit more popular, were you ever were you ever in a place where you felt like you had to take pictures in certain angles to make yourself look maybe more curvier than you are to
Uh-huh.
get their attention? Were you doing that
Absolutely.
yourself?
100%.
Oh, you were.
100%. Because when I moved to New York, which was what, 5 years ago, I
Yeah.
signed with an agency as a plus size model. And the agents did ask me to gain some weight, which was a little difficult for me. I tried, but it doesn't go to the right places.
Yeah.
Not the right places, wrong word. The weight that I gained did not go to the places that they would want me to, like
Okay.
have my weight
Yeah.
positioned. Like,
Yeah.
like the hourglass. It just didn't go. I had my, I would gain weight on my face or like different, I just didn't personally enjoy it on me.
Okay.
So I thought like, okay, well, Instagram was just beginning, like
Yeah.
really unfolding.
Yeah.
So, and clients would go and see the images because they wanted to see the real girls, what the girls look like, not
Yeah.
off, not from the portfolio. So I had to, at the time, I mean, I was at the lowest of my self-love sort of journey and body positivity. So for me, I already hated my body, like, period. I just didn't like what I saw in general. And then on top of it, like agents say, oh, you're not curvy enough. But then here you're trying to, at that time, I was more trying to appeal, I guess, to the cisgender heteronormative male audience.
Okay. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
so I was at that time, before I was introduced to body positivity, I was trying to do that sort of hourglassy, smaller waist. So I would fake it to look like that, like pout out my lips and do all the things that some influencers still are doing.
Yeah.
But for me, at the time, I realized that hurting me. My audience was really reacting not the way I would probably feel comfortable in, essentially. So I think at some point I posted an image of myself that I looked curvier, not like curvier in general. I was just sitting relaxed.
Yeah.
And I really liked the attention that I got. My image went, for me, viral. At the time, I had really, like 5,000 followers. So for
Yeah.
me, I got like 2,000 or 3,000 likes, which was bizarrely insane for me because I
Yeah.
would normally get like 200 and I'd be very happy.
Yeah.
So that's just to give you the numbers. So I really liked that tension. I thought, okay. So while it was external approval, it did help me on my self-love journey. So it was
Okay.
just a stage of my life. But then as I was using it and like getting to know that new platform of, it was vain in some ways, but it's also healing in other ways.
Yeah. I
Which is why
understand.
now I look back when I look at the video you posted, which is amazing. If somebody did not see it, you guys have to go. It's just
Thank you. I
phenomenal.
appreciate that.
Phenomenal. It's so relatable because I remember I wanted to be liked so much by my peers, like the people in the body positive
Yeah.
community, that I would want to be as relatable as possible.
Yeah.
Like sure, like I don't want to look too photoshopped. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like to use the word perfect, but like I don't
Yeah.
want to look like I used to try to look. I
Yeah.
had to do everything the opposite. It was like
Yeah.
extreme,
Yeah.
extreme.
And you know what? I think it's normal to say that Instagram itself is a platform where we do things to get attention. And
Yeah.
I'm I'm the reason I dressed up like a girl is to get attention, to give the message across. It's simple as that. I wanted that attention to give my message, right? And Instagram is a platform where we do that. Of course, we're all a bit vain. We all love ourselves a little bit. I mean, we all have followers, and there's a reason that we do, because we do sometimes crazy things, right?
Yeah.
But do you feel like if you watched that video maybe 7 years ago, right? If you watched it 7 years ago, do you think you would have reacted like some of the people that are reacting to me now, like in a negative way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah.
I think yes. I can't
Okay.
tell from my past self, but to be honest with you, I think so. Because again, when you're trying to, at the time, because you're still going through, you're not really in the moment of truly being true with yourself and with your subscribers or followers. At the time, you're still going from one version of your fake, like kind of like fakeish, I guess that's the
Yeah,
word,
yeah,
to, and then you go to another version, and it's like you're trying to appeal. You're both, right? You're all of this. You're
yeah,
so many things as a human being. You wake up looking one way, by the end of the night, you're a whole another person.
yeah,
So, but for me, I just wanted so badly to look like that. So if somebody called me out, which people did, at least twice, I remember that.
yeah,
I got so mad. It was so upset. But
yeah,
I'm also introverted, so I don't usually like I wouldn't express it maybe under your post. I would probably go, oh my gosh, I got exposed.
yeah, yeah. And I
And take
think,
it personally.
yeah, and I think, I guess because, and this is, I feel like it's a bit of proof that the people that did get offended, the influencers that did get offended about it, are very fresh to the game, to the body positivity game. And I think maybe in it for the wrong reasons, because they do just want attention. I'm not saying that. I think the message that they're giving, they're trying to give a positive message, but I just feel like if I'm forcing myself to sit in really unnatural
Mhm.
seated positions to get creases and rolls on my body, I really think that doesn't make um, a lot of overweight women feel good, especially when a
Oh,
model.
absolutely. And I had that conversation
Yeah,
with like True Plus women, and
yeah,
we talked about it, and they educated me. So it helped me quite a bit to be more comfortable. And what I've noticed, like you've targeted a very specific audience, a very specific kind of influencer.
yeah,
Which, but I think I'm like, what bothers me to see is like other people reacting, or like people who don't understand the exact conversation, the exact message, because they
yes,
haven't seen it. They haven't seen it in person. You gotta
yeah.
be able to see it. I mean, I've seen influencers go, no, like just like you said, it's exactly
Oh,
where to.
and you know what?
There's
It's
no daylight.
yeah.
Make sure, but you can't take. And then there's a fight going on, and then there's a, oh my gosh, I've seen it, I've done it.
Yeah, yeah, and it's crazy because like I've seen it in real life too. I've seen it at events, and I've seen people say to people, "No, not like that. From here, exactly how I acted out. There's a reason I could act it out so well is because I've seen it." And I feel like people they they forget that. They don't think, "Oh, where did Diren make that up from? I didn't make it up. I saw it, and I just implemented the same thing." You
Oh yeah.
know, and it's
And it was lighthearted. I enjoyed it because you didn't mean anything. You didn't mean evil. There was no like. It was just you talking. Honesty is, again, honesty could be funny, could be hurtful, but hey, we can all own it and live with it. It's not
yeah,
a bad thing.
exactly,
Like
exactly.
I'm owning to the fact that I do this posing, and I post about it quite a bit now, just saying like, yep, I am the, as much as I'm fake, I'm also truth. It's both. It's all of it. Like,
Yeah,
this is being a human. It's human experience.
yeah, exactly. And I think because I've got a lot of female clients. Majority of my following are females, and nearly all of my clients are females. And I have a lot of females that are insecure, that do have problems with their weight. And one of the main reasons I did this is because I know they don't like seeing it. And some people even took it as me trying to bring women down. And I was like, hold on, I'm doing the opposite. I'm on your side, trying to help him out. Did you see anything in that video where it would look like I was trying to bring a woman down? I don't know.
Absolutely no. I don't know how. Like, I think people get sensitive and then they make it about something that it's not, and it's really easy to do. I think now it will live in a society like that, so it is a little bit expected. I did read your comments. I went through all of them, and not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yeah,
And I did see sometimes people would bring up something completely not related to the topic.
yeah,
You happen to be cis male, and you happen to speak to mostly like a female audience.
yeah,
Um, so I think, but it doesn't, kind of like, it doesn't really matter because the message is not, it's just not that related at all.
yeah,
so like when I read that, I was just, well, how do people do that? Like, why do people do that all the time? And I know because I've I've experienced a lot of similar things. You could just say one thing and then somehow somebody brings it up, like, oh, but you forgot about me, or you did excluded this, or you
Yeah.
meant that, and you're not. No, it's not.
Yeah. How did you come across the post, the video?
Actually, my agent Nikki, naturally Nikki,
Yeah.
she posted she reposted your video, and I looked
Okay.
and I was like, I need to I need to follow this person. So
Oh,
actually,
sick. Okay.
I've never,
Okay.
like, yeah. So I'm just getting familiar with you, and I adore, like, I love your
Yeah.
videos. I've gone through a lot of them.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That's
Very nice, very articulate, very awesome.
thank you. Do you reckon it was if do you reckon the message do you reckon it was good to hear it from a male? Do you reckon it would have been any different to hear that from a female, possibly? Because I feel like if you did that, right, or if
Yeah,
someone in your industry that is successful did that, I feel like a lot of girls might hate on you and think you're just
yeah.
trying to bring them down. Do you know
It
what I
would be
mean?
both. It would be both. Again, it would be people who essentially understand
Yeah,
what is the conversation about,
yeah,
and some people just don't understand, and they'll understand however they want to, and they'll make it about
yeah,
them, or they'll see something very narrow and very specific,
yeah,
and that's just how, no matter what, like, I post things, like I just start posting recently, like a little, I guess I own up to the fact, I don't normally do that, but I've been posting more working out videos, plus of course quarantine, like I've just been doing it every single day
yeah,
as opposed to like 4 times a week. But I think that my audience don't always react well to when
yeah.
I post my workout routines, because then a lot of time in the body positivity community, people will say, hey, like, you're not one of us anymore, like you're working out, like I've heard that before, and it's really silly. It's like, what, how does it, what, how, many years, and I love it.
Yeah,
So people make things about something that's not, just
yeah.
the way things are.
What is body positivity to you?
To me,
To you?
yeah, because I wouldn't be able to answer that in Broad's question.
Okay.
um, but if I were to narrow it down, like if we go away from all the terminology and proper way of talking about it,
Yeah.
because I've been quoted many times and also bullied for not, I guess, giving it the right term. But to me, um, body positivity is closely aligned to self-love,
Yep.
but with both like physical, internal,
Yep.
and that relationship with yourself, that will
Yep.
also later translate as you grow as a
Yep.
human being. It will also translate to all bodies of, like, every person. I'm talking every person, despite the gender, especially,
Yep. Yep.
because that's what we've been talking about today.
Yep.
So yeah, it's the close relationship, and it's a growth, essentially.
Yep.
It's a journey. It's not a specific destination, because I don't know if that
It,
exists.
is it something, say, for example, you have a lot of, say, for a female or male, doesn't matter, very overweight, right? Do you reckon them becoming body positive about their self, is it something they have to learn themselves? Is it going to take time, or is it as simple as, for example, posting a picture of you being, I don't know, in underwear, sitting in different angles or whatever? Or is it a matter of doing a certain thing a certain way to become body positive? Does that make sense?
I think I understand. Well, I think also it depends on the person.
Yeah,
Some people could be happier with themselves. I've seen that also firsthand, and with myself. Some people
yeah,
can be a little bit happier temporarily. It's like a little band-aid when they post a picture, super heavily photoshopped or not photoshopped, but they do feel better about themselves.
yeah,
I felt that before,
yeah,
and it was healing at the time.
yeah.
Again, short little baby steps is fine, as long as it depends on the long term
Yeah.
if it will damage my self-esteem and kind of
Okay.
like self um, loathing and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But it, again, it's a person to person. Sometimes you
yeah,
can come to understanding and
yeah,
realization of who you are and what you are, and finding love within yourself within a moment of time, within a second,
Yeah.
because all it takes is really being more present,
Yeah.
I think, because then you,
So
instead of being in your head judging, you're kind of a little bit more present with yourself.
yeah.
Or it could also take a lot of work. For me, I've gone through both. I've definitely continually work. I continue to work. People think that I'm confident because of the posts
Yeah.
and because I might look confident sometimes when I smile, because to people, smiling or looking strong, whatever that means, represents self-confidence. I don't agree with that. I think it's,
Yeah.
again, it's a photo, it's a moment of time. My self-esteem goes up and down. To me,
Yeah.
it's normal. Um,
I think it is
picture
normal.
does not.
I think we all go through that in a certain way. So are you saying with like the people when they do post pictures like that, did you feel like at the time that it made you feel happy at that moment of time, but you're saying it didn't fix the actual problem of being completely body positive? Is that right?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely not. No,
Okay. All right.
it's again, it takes time and it takes effort, and you have to give yourself a chance, and kindness and compassion, all
Yeah.
of those words, and you have to lean to those words, because when you, external attention is cute,
Yeah.
but I think internal attention towards yourself is cuter.
Okay. Yeah. I understand
Yeah.
what you mean. Do you has this started happening in America with a lot of influencers over there? Are they doing like the video I did? Is a lot of that happening in America? Because I only kind of got exposed to like the American body positive scene through you and a few others. But is there a lot of girls doing what I did in the video in America at the moment? Do you see it every day? Do you see it a lot?
I haven't really seen anything like that done, which is why I really want to kind of do that, the TikTok version, use the voice of your video and
Yeah,
recreate the same thing, but just use your
the voice.
voice.
Yeah,
So I kind of, I like it.
yeah,
I haven't seen it done like that. I've seen people show like before and after sort of like angles, and I've done it before. I've done like, okay, this is me completely grounded, and this is me flexing to look skinnier, this is me
yeah,
to flexing to look curvier. Like I've done that before, and
yeah.
I just, for like a couple of years just showing, but I haven't seen like such a lighthearted spin
Okay,
on
yeah,
posing before.
yeah.
It's just
So,
really
yeah.
lighthearted to me. That's how I saw it, and I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay,
sure that's how you,
okay.
the energy you put out.
Yeah, exactly. So what I understand that you do a lot of events. I think you do it pretty much all over for body positivity. And
Mhm.
I was looking on your Instagram and I saw a little documentary on your YouTube, which was I wrote it down. This is why we walk. You also mentioned it at the beginning. And is this like a body positivity initiative? What is it? Maybe tell me a little bit about that.
It started out again at the time where I genuinely hated all of this.
Yeah,
And like the little walk that I did a self, like a model walk in the middle of Times Square in my lingerie.
yeah,
Personally, again, from external point of view, people might think, oh, you're doing it for attention, da da da. Whatever that was, for me, it was very healing. It was helpful. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, nobody's throwing tomatoes at me. What? Nobody's screaming, oh, you're ugly, whatever.
yeah,
What I thought
yeah,
what happened. So that's how it started. Then a few days later, I got several of my friends, and I was submitting the tape for America's Next Top Model. So I had to do that walk. It wasn't really something
oh,
I
okay,
genuinely decided to do
okay,
naturally. And then somehow it rolled, and we had like 34 people showed up. Then it was like 200, 300 people. So then it started, like, became like a thing. We
yeah.
did twice actually in London. It was phenomenal. Like all the people that showed up celebrating just so many walks of life. I can't even begin to describe. You have to see it. And it's the most beautiful energy. It's just nice.
Did you?
Nobody's there to show off. Nobody's there for the likes. It's
Yeah.
genuinely beautiful and uplifting towards each other.
Well, hopefully all the people that got upset about my post, if they are true body positive, then I'll probably, I might come to the next one and hopefully I'll see him there, you
Oh
know?
yeah, so you'll be very welcome. Again, everyone who shows up usually, I feel like, very kind. I've
And
never had one person tell me they felt uncomfortable, truly uncomfortable. They might have come in feeling questioning and uncomfortable, but then as you feel the energy, it unfolds. So
yeah,
everyone feels very welcome.
I think one of the good things about I guess not just body positivity, but everything, mental health, body positivity, being fitter, being healthier, whatever. Community is an important aspect. And is have you got your own community of people, clients, or people in America that you help out, or you just do your modeling full time?
I do modeling full time, but I'm not really, I don't believe I'm a helper. Some people might perceive me as such because I just talk. I have conversations. Like
Okay.
people on Instagram, people I meet, we talk all the time. I try to respond to every single DM that I have,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm not there to claim that I'm not, because I genuinely struggle myself every day. So me sharing my truth
You know what?
would be helpful.
It's funny you say that, because when you say that, when you say you don't feel like you help people, you're kind of expressing how you feel. It just
Mm.
shows to me that you're obviously doing this for body positivity. Whereas I feel like the people that I see are not genuine. They're trying to monetize it quickly.
Oh, because people might not know, but the more following you get, the more expensive your posts get, and
Yeah.
then people start sending you stuff, which is not a bad thing. And then you start posting for money. It's business.
Yeah.
But again, like it's great if you know how to combine both. But if you just doing it for the profit reasons,
Yeah.
you
What
might want to
yeah, exactly. I
be
just
honest about it, at least in a way.
yeah, that's why I
You could
just
be both. You could be both. It's fine. Of course, we're all here to make money, but you can't just not work. And if this is your
exactly.
full time, absolutely,
Yeah.
right on. If you can be authentic and awesome and make money with it, just you don't have to hide it or like
Yeah.
pretend that it's just for the.
Yeah, because one of the main issues for me was I've got no problem with people doing adverts on Instagram, whatever. I don't personally do it, but I have no issue. If the right brand comes to me, I would do it. But I feel like I found it really weird when I did see people do a certain pose for body positivity by, well, for, I'm saying for body positivity because I think that's what they thought they were doing, by putting themselves in really unnatural angles and all of this and all of that. But then on an ad pose, they were doing what they can to make their physique look better. And so I was thinking, hold on. So then that to me tells me that you're doing it for the wrong reasons and then using it to make money. So are you actually being true to your audience, or are you not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think because again, I can relate to it because
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. And you know what? By the way,
Uh-huh.
thank you for being so honest about it, because majority of the people that got very defensive about me doing that are the people that are not genuine about it. And you're genuine about it, and that's why you're telling me that you've done that before and you've
Yeah, well,
obviously
because the
grown out
shift,
of it.
it's a shift of change. Like the shift
Yeah.
when you just post they're like self-love, body positivity image or
Yeah.
video, and you think for the audience, like and again, it's not a bad thing. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
But like for your followers, right? But then when the client comes in and when they pay you, you start thinking a little bit different, because now you think, okay, now I have to please their eye. I have to be more welcomed, or my image has to be more aligned with the brand.
Yes.
So it might not be entirely your brand. You have to do what they want, because
Yeah.
essentially you want to be reposted, especially if the client has a bigger following. You want to be reposted, but you wouldn't want to they're not going to repost your image
Yeah.
if you don't look like their brand. That's usually the thought process. At least that was going through my head. Like,
Okay.
oh, okay, like if this brand, and they seem to be sexier, I should probably. And it's not a bad thing. You have to be aligned with the brand essentially,
Yeah.
but just how much are you willing to lose your authenticity? Like you can
Yes.
still be both. Like I know that in my modeling, I'm a chameleon. So my posts I try to do it very different. I go through beauty, through by fashion, through commercials. So you don't really.
Yeah.
But I know how some people, if they're mostly doing body positive angles, and then suddenly there's a sexier client comes in, of course they want to impress them, because
Yeah.
reposting that they'll get more people and then they'll get more clients, and it's just it kind of like pyramid, all of that. It's not a bad thing, not a
Yeah.
bad thing. It's just what
I, li-
happens.
I like that little move
I
you
did.
did there. The guys that will watch this on YouTube, she just did this little modeling move. You're gonna have to teach me that for my next video. It's
pretty good on that video.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. But you know what?
Muscular.
But you know what though? It's
relatable.
Yeah, and I felt when the video itself got so many views and so much engagement, it makes you think, should I do this again? I should do something like this again, right? It makes you think that, and so I can see why somebody's instantly you see the likes.
Often, not you specifically, but very often how we people with high engagements will lose our authenticity, because like I know that for me, when it started with posting that image when I'm more relaxed and natural, it doesn't mean it's a bad journey. It is your journey.
Yeah.
For me, it was helpful because now I'm here and I can go through that. But yeah, like because I got likes on the current like picture when I'm more relatable, I was like, oh my gosh.
Can you say that? Can you say that last? Can you say that last bit again? Sorry, you kind of froze a little bit. Can you?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Can you say that last bit again?
Even the beginning of where I started my body positive journey was exactly there. I had a specific brand of myself, my brand. It was sexier, a little more edited, photoshopped, very heavily retouched and all that stuff. Yeah. And as soon as I posted the image, that went viral for me, or was very popular, I started thinking, oh, this is what people like. Yeah. It will help me like myself too, but while I'm also liked by others. Yeah. Again, it's just something that I chose, but the thing mentality kind of stays, although I'm a lot more, I guess, mature and understanding, more aware of what's happening. I still think like that. Yeah. Like, oh, if this is what they like, if my audience isn't like that anymore, I should post less of that and more of that. Yeah. So it's just a self-trap. But again, we're working through that. We're going through that. Yeah, it's fine.
It's a learning process, and that's fine. You can hear me now?
Not anymore.
Okay, perfect. That's all right. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay, Khrystyana. So the influencers that are posting and making these posts that I believe that are not being that genuine, but I believe they want to help people, right? Mm-hmm. And if they do, how can they make their content better? What advice would you give them? Because I don't think they have bad intentions, but I just think sometimes people on the other side can be disheartened from seeing that when it's not genuine.
I can see. I understand what you're asking. Yeah, I think that take time to sit with yourself and find who the authentic you truly are. Are you trying to become the other influencer that you saw? Or are you actually trying to be yourself and trying to put your best foot forward? I know, because I get lost very often. When I see somebody more popular, more successful, I often want to walk their journey, or want to walk their, how do you say it?
I think you said it right. You said it perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, walking their shoes.
I follow their steps as opposed to choosing my journey and following my steps. Because that's where we get lost. We lose authenticity. And then our followers, again, too, put us in the box. And then we have to please that box. Because when we displease the box and when displease the expectations, we suddenly get the hate. Yeah. So, but you would not feel hated if you're true, authentic to yourself. Because then you can just be yourself. You don't have to be another influencer you saw that's more popular than you. As long as you're yourself, you're good. Yeah, because people will also see that. I feel like people know if you're genuine.
Because then you got nothing to hide. Yeah, exactly.
Deep down, who knows?
Yeah, and if you lose authenticity, then it doesn't come across genuine, and then people like myself
you can also become miserable when you lose your authenticity. When you try to become somebody else. Yeah. Again, even if it's a body positive image that you're portraying. It's still very specific. You can become very miserable, and it could be very lonely.
Did you feel
your friends assume you are that person that you put up on social media? It could be very lonely. And I've gone through that already, so I can tell you that no, I don't like it. Embracing all that you are would be the best thing that you could do for your actual body positive journey.
Okay. All right.
All that you are.
Because you probably felt like that when you were told to eat more, right? When you first signed to your agency, and you probably didn't feel true to yourself. So you
Yeah, you
probably
have to be this, and then you have to be that. You have to be this. It's just, you know, the life that we live in. I think it's a human experience. People want us to be a certain way, but
yeah,
then we aren't. And then there's this dance back and forth. And this
yeah,
dance is life. But hey, the more we own ourselves,
yeah,
the better we feel. And the better we make others feel. We can then just be happy and actually make the world a better place and
yeah.
happier place.
I'm so happy I've had you on, because I really wanted people to hear that from your point of view. Number one, I wanted them to hear that from a female. Number two, I wanted them to see that from someone that's in the industry in America and actually didn't hate me for doing that video. If anything, you guys supported me, which I really appreciate, by
I'm
the way.
sorry you went through that. I know
It's all right.
exactly.
I didn't lose any sleep, I'll be honest. But I was like, because my intention was for a good message. My intention was to make people more aware, and to be honest, to maybe teach them a lesson, to be like, okay, look, slow down. It doesn't seem legit. Just take it back a little bit and just maybe find yourself a little bit, you know?
They'll be happier. That's the thing. Like I get the defensive attitude. I get it. I've been there, but
Yeah.
I know for sure if there's an influencer who's listening to me right now and who takes your message to heart and feeling negative towards it, I would say, please, 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 just open your mind and heart and see it from another picture.
Yeah.
Like it's meant to be good for you. It's
Yeah.
meant to be good for everyone. Truth wins, love wins, peace.
Nice. Oh, I like that. I like that. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish off? Tell me where people can find you, because to be honest, you're such a likable character. They're gonna look for you straight after. And when you guys find her, you're gonna see she's big time model from New York.
Yeah, like whatever. But thank you. Just my name. If good luck spelling it, so I'll think it's just Khrystyana at Khrystyana, Khrystyana, which is pretty much my handle everywhere.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is what you get when you get a Siberian, Russian, Ukrainian that went to America and then went back to Poland. Is that correct?
Not really.
Was that close?
It was just a journey. I started in Siberia, then I went to the United States through Ukraine and Poland. Yeah.
Dzień dobry, dawaj.
Spelling.
There you go. Okay, guys, thank you for joining in, and thank you, Khrystyana, so much for jumping on. And make sure, guys, you like this, you share this, you go check out her page. And just remember, that video I did was for body positivity as itself. It wasn't to bring anyone down. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys soon.